Welcome back to Ask Dan Anything. My name's Dan MUNRO, coming to you from Brojo, live in New Zealand. And today we're going to be talking about the concept of giving. Now, we ran a confidence and social skills workshop the other weekend, and one of the concepts that kept coming up is that if you want to connect with people without being needy and anxious, you need to be giving, genuinely giving. And one of the things that also came up is how rare this is. Most people are giving to get. For example, people pleasing, where all your so-called giving and help and fixing is really to get approval and get attention and get love and get sex. So I wanted to do a quick little video on what giving really is and how to practically train yourself to be a giving person after you spent possibly a lifetime being a taker. Now, one of the people who came to me with this question said that altruism feels forced for him. He doesn't feel like he genuinely wants to give, and that the exercises he's doing feel kind of contrived. And that's natural. That's if you've been conditioned and trained like most of us have to be takers, it will feel unnatural and disingenuous and forced to be giving. Especially giving in the way I'll be talking about today. So I wanted to first point out that this might feel a bit forced at first because you've been doing things another way your entire life. And I want to plant a seed with you that maybe you've never been truly giving before. That it's always been with a hidden agenda. Because if you're not trained to make giving a rewarding process in and of itself, if it always has to be reciprocated, there always has to be something back for it to be worthwhile, then this will be a whole new experience for you and you'll be untrained and unskilled in it. The key thing to keep in mind here is if your giving requires reciprocation, if you don't think it counts or it's worthwhile unless you get something back, then you're not giving. That's a loan, okay? That's a debt that you're putting people into. If I'm nice to you, but it's under the condition that you'll be nice to me back, then it wasn't really a gift, was it? It was a loan. I've given you this niceness, and now you owe me niceness, right? I've paid for this date, now you owe me sex. I've done this work project really well, now you owe me recognition. You know, even if you think the universe owes you, like I've been a nice person, therefore my life should be good, then you weren't really giving, you were just loaning. So under that, guys, if you think about it, a lot of you watching this will realize, shit, you've never really been giving. It's always come with a required reciprocation. It's always come with an expectation of something in return. And that's not giving. So I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to practice becoming truly giving. And if you're wondering why would I bother, it's because your whole life will be transformed by it. You will have people love you genuinely and you won't be trying to make it happen or force it to happen. Your career will take off because you'll become easily the most valuable person in the company. And your self-respect and confidence will grow because you'll see yourself being the person you wish you were. There's so many rewards just in giving, and you've probably not experienced any of them because you've never truly been giving. In order to be truly giving, there's 4 things to keep in mind. One is, you have to do it for yourself. Ironically, it has to be quite selfish. And what I mean by that is you have to do it for your values. The reason you give is so that you live by your values. Not to get something, but to give to yourself. To give yourself the reward of having integrity. For example, I've got the value of curiosity. So I might give to someone in such a way just to see what will happen. It's like a social experiment. I'm using giving as a way to see how the world reacts to it. That's curiosity. I might do it to practice honesty. I might go give someone how I truly feel about them, for example. I might go give someone some genuine feedback. Now, whether or not they react to it's irrelevant. What matters is that I was boldly honest. Yeah? Or I might do it for respect. I might give someone an opportunity that they wouldn't have had without my help. Just to let everyone have a turn at this thing called life, to let everyone play with the resources, okay? To show respect for the other living beings on this planet, as well as respect myself. I might give to myself as well. So 1, make sure that you know why you're doing it. If you're not doing it for your values, then you're doing it for some sort of external outcome, and that's not really giving, that's loaning. Second, in order to keep it pure, especially in this like training wheels period, you need to remove the possibility of reciprocation. You have to make it impossible to get something back, or otherwise you're going to be too tainted by it. You'll just keep wanting that reciprocation. So a couple of ways to do is to do this anonymously, or just to do it in a physical way where somebody can't give back. Like I might go give someone a compliment and walk away before they can respond. So I just give the compliment, nothing further can happen. Or I might give someone a gift anonymously. Like I might set someone up with an opportunity and they never knew it was me. Right? Or I might literally give a gift, but they don't know who it came from. I try to remove all possibility of recognition, attention, external validation, so that the only validation can come from within me. Yeah, I keep it pure. Third thing, I've got to repeat this many, many times. You've been loaning and not really giving your entire life. That's thousands of repetitions of so-called giving, which is really just getting in disguise. So doing it once or twice isn't going to make much of a difference. You're not going to feel it. You need to be doing this every day, trying to give in an anonymous, free way to live by your values until you start to feel it. And the fourth one is a kind of a mindset. How do you give? Try being the person you wish everyone else would be. Or being the person that you know that they wished for. And I don't mean people pleasing. But for example, it's like being the hero. So I do little things like if I'm in traffic and somebody needs to get into my lane and everyone's blocking that person, I'll just let them in. Right? Yeah, maybe they made a mistake and got into the wrong lane, or maybe they're even trying to cut in the queue. I don't give a shit. I want everybody to be the kind of person who lets someone in and isn't selfish, right? I might pay it forward with a coffee. I order a coffee, the person behind me doesn't know that I've already paid for theirs, and then I just leave, knowing this person's going to go, whoa, I just got a free coffee. That never happens. What the fuck? And give them hope that the world is a good place, you know. I might take responsibility at work for the problem that everybody else is avoiding and blaming each other for. The shitty problem that no one wants to deal with. I might put my hand up and say, give it to me. Fuck it. Just so that somebody is that kind of person in the office, even if nobody else will be. I'll role model it. I'll give them the gift of showing what real leadership looks like. Train them in leadership. Pay attention to people. Learn their names. Don't do that thing where, oh, I always forget people's names. Well, listen to the name and you won't forget it. Be the one person who remembers their name. So a week later you're like, oh, John, how's it going? And then John's like, holy shit, he remembers my name. I'm special. Be that guy. Be the guy you wish everyone else would be. That way you give to yourself because you're being the role model to everybody else. Okay? Keep experimenting with it, trying different ways of letting go of the outcome while being giving until it really genuinely feels good to do it. Until at any point in time you can just choose to give and it boosts your confidence and it boosts your quality of life. And you can just push that button anytime you like. And nobody has to react in any specific way. Nobody has to even notice you doing it. You're just boosting your own confidence one little action at a time. That is one of the biggest secrets to self-confidence, is learning how to be truly giving in a way that impresses yourself. Hope that helps. If you still struggle with giving, get in touch. dan@brojo.co.nz and give you some more ideas or figure out where your barriers are. Support Brojo below, a little link there if you want us to keep making these videos, and I'll see you all next time. Subscribe!